are all teachers. We want to know how you feel and your reflections after just shadowing. So during this afternoon we would like to have long periods of time to talk about your experiences. We would like to discuss about that, and then we want to have time for you to present your joint activities with your course teachers, course teachers.
It was that it came naturally after our presentations, and it was like a continuity, and it was easy to decide. Okay, resuming our thoughts, I can say that every one of us can go and teach, because already we are here. So, and have good propositions for you. In Vilnius we have, if you like Lithuanian and Turkish, in Lithuania we have international Turkish.
Here is a picture with
so we have some objects.
We have chosen only 4 souvenirs, yes, from each one of the countries.
For example, these are from Turkey and these are from Lithuania. And these are from Spain.
So from Spain is a fan, a shawl, and symbol, and some jewelry.
Loudly, please. He says, I can't hear.
Okay.
Please.
So those are 4th graders, and they are 9 to 10 years old.
And we won't be the to respect cultural differences, to be able to identify what they can buy as a souvenir. Then to identify and use just simple sentences in the 3 languages, and also count till 10 in the 3 languages. Then we had 3 activities, and the first was warm-up. And they have to count from 10 in different languages. We can show them and do some movement while counting.
These are some pictures.
They are very
So
active.
we are
Students
trying
need
to
move in order to be quiet.
Yes, so this is Lithuanian, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6. This is Spanish.
They really learn it.
They were active. And then we have English,
and move on to activity number 2.
we split them in 3 groups and presented vocabulary, and they have to do some role play, and we rotate. These are Lithuanian, you see krepšinio kamuolys, gintaro šakotis ir klumpės. Okay, they learn. Yeah, they have to find the words matching with the
And label the different objects.
yes. This is Spain. So we rotated 3 groups, and then we managed to make some videos in Spanish and Lithuanian in souvenir shops. So we used Oxford Street to do the fantastic place,
So that students can activate their communication strategies, verbal also strategies, and these are some pictures we guide them, and now there's videos. Here are some Spanish.
Buenos días, buenos días. ¿Qué gustas? Yo abanico. Sí, aunque no tienes. Todo puesto son 10 euros. ¿Algo más? No, gracias, señor.
Great. So now a short time and they did.
Whatever you want. State Russian. Technologia. Russian Euro. Законов снятия высоких тарелок.
Great job.
Other language and different kind of greetings in the various countries. So I started with reteaching the concept of the body language by showing different pictures, and students guessed what kind of meaning of the gesture was. And now they watch videos, and their task was to draw lines or match different countries and different kind of greetings. So this is the next one. And after that, they just practice in pairs. Each student had to choose one country and one greetings, and they just greet together. And after that, they practice, and these were cut into pieces, and they were supposed just to match different expressions with the countries. And that was all. Just they practiced some expression concerning greetings. So something like cześć, dzień dobry, ahoy, or they easily identified Turkish, English, but they were a little bit confused about the Polish and Czech. They mixed them, but the rest was okay. And the last, my exercise was I split them into two groups, and each group was to create or invent new culture. And they were supposed to name the culture and make up different gesture, different expression for saying hello, saying goodbye, thank you, and sorry. And they had really great fun doing this. And we start, our joint activity, we start with a kind of quiz. And how much do you know about other cultures? So we put some pictures of different countries, and also the names in 3 languages. So the native language, the English, yes. And so first we went through the points and the countries, so that just to check if they understand everything, and after that they heard recording and completed, and they did it really well. And before I came here, I asked my students to write a letter to the students here, and they wrote a letter of invitation to invite the students from Turkey to my country, to Poland. And they include the customs, the most important custom for them, what Turkish students should know before coming to Poland. And this is what they wrote. So we're really happy to invite. There are some things that might interest you. People here are usually friendly, although they like complaining. They don't speak English very well, but young people are better at English, so if you want to get an information, just ask them. People usually shake hands when they meet, but between close friends or relatives, the pulse is 3 times on the cheek. The both address people that they are titled pan for a man and pan for a woman, and that's a name. We stand in queues only in shops and to buy tickets. We don't stand in queues at bus stops as the English do.
If you are invited to a Polish home, it's nice to bring a small gift. It's usually flower or a bunch of flowers, but never give chrysanthemums. And they are flowers there because they are flowers we put on grapes. Politeness is another important issue in our country. It's good to know some words in Polish like proszę, dziękuję, przepraszam, please, thank you, and sorry. And they learned these 3 words. And while sitting at a table, do not put your elbows on it. You can make offer to help clear it up after eating. It's a good manner. Of course, these are only tips. You don't have to take them too seriously. I hope you will come here and enjoy your stay in Poland with your friends from Poland. And after that, the students were made posters, so we split them into 4 groups, and each group were supposed to make a poster about customs in Turkey.
We chose the topic of general truths, and well, we put the title not so directly, but we started our lesson with an experiment. Our chemistry teacher prepared some plates on the desks for the students to make an experiment themselves. So maybe Beata, you could explain the. Some milk. Yes. Some milk was put on the plate and some paint, and the students had some washing up liquid. And when they put the washing up liquid into the plate, they saw how the colors spread away, right? And we explained it as if you put washing up liquid, the fat goes away. And that was an example of general truth that always happens, right? If you do this, this happens, right? So that was a way of practicing conditional, zero conditional, showing that some things are always the same, right? Then they gave examples of other general truths and laws of nature. That the things that never change and are always the same everywhere, like the sun rises in the east and goes down in the west, and it happens in Poland, Czeck and Lithuania, right? And then we move to some other things that are expressed in proverbs. The things that are also considered to be true everywhere, right? And they were asked to give examples of proverbs, and we compared what we have in different cultures. We chose one proverb in English.
Yes, the grass is always greener on the other side of the hill. This was our proverb, and we expected the students to realize that the proverbs have the same meaning but different expressions in different cultures, in different countries. So we asked the students what is the meaning of this according to them. So they gave their answer, and after that we got the answer, the correct answer, and after that we expected the students to give the Turkish version of this proverb. They were quite well on that. They found the answer, and after that.
How did you say?
So, Turkish version. Komşunun tavuğu ele kaz görünür. So that means your neighbor's chicken looks like a goose to you. That's it's the same meaning but different expression. Yeah, we expected the students to realize the meaning of the proverbs and different expressions of proverbs.
Yeah, so in Lithuanian we chose the proverb svetimam krašte ir tvora žydi, like even fences are in blossom in foreign lands. And in Polish it was
Something similar, like
very similar to the English.
but about the river. What happened?
The grass is always greener on the other side of the river. Yeah, so what we asked them to do is to illustrate. We divided them into 3 groups. They drew the illustrations of these proverbs to see how the same idea is expressed very differently. So we mostly focus not on plurilingualism but pluriculture, right?
So these are our outcomes of Czech Republic. This was
One was souvenir from the restaurant from one of the This is a souvenir for you.
Actually, we
couldn't do this in the classroom.
We couldn't do this in the classroom because of the smoke. The smoke will detect the alarm.
So I prepared it earlier for students who wanted to see how I can do this. And we went outside and like they were very interested.
The activity was cultural awareness and also language awareness, so we just combined these 2 parts together, and we created a calendar where every list is every sheet of the calendar is dedicated to one culture, one country. Students had time to do research about the countries. Yes, in the first class or in the second class, they were researching the information, and afterwards they were putting the information on the sheet of paper.
The main aim was for them just to know a little bit more about the, to be more aware of their culture and of the linguistic just reality of different countries. So it was very interesting because, let's go back to the first one. This is related to Spain. So, for example, these guys, there were a couple of guys or boys, and they were very interested in football. So they have been just drawing, as you can see, the football, Real Madrid, yes, this one, and Football Club Barcelona, okay? And also, very smart, they introduced some expressions in Spanish, such as, for example, hola, some greetings like hola, adios, some typical dishes like, for example, arroz a la cubana, or just some special places, landmarks, okay, like La Giralda, or just, for example, Puerto Alcalá, or these landmarks for Spain, for Madrid, okay? So also the class, they had the chance to just pick some important factual information, for example, like flag, currency, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, let's go on. Have you got it? Well, let's explain the process, how to develop all these things. First of all, as she has told, she has made just a quiz, just to warm up. Then we just brainstorm about different aspects that they should just look for on the internet. Like, for example, capital of the countries they were going to investigate about. So capital, language, famous people, religion, sport, currency, nature, mountains, rivers, geographical landmarks. However, as you can see, some of them just focus on, for example, football teams, flag. Other ones just focus on, for example, the flag mainly. They were very interested in just drawing and painting the flag. Also, for example, let me see some others. Also, for example, capital city, okay. Some other one.
The best one.
This is the best one, okay.
Yes. You focus on everything.
Yeah. He was the smartest student in the class, okay. He focused on everything he has been asked about. Okay, famous landmarks, sport, nature, film culture, capital city of the country, currency, language, festivals, and so on. He was the best teacher. Our dear Andre.
Yes, I also use as an
Okay.
example
Yeah.
how it should look like at the end of the day.
So this is the model of how it should have been done, okay? Just with paying attention to different aspects. Okay, and what else? So now pictures, okay, of these boys just showing the final products, okay? So I think the main aim was fulfilled, was achieved. It was going to, it's going to just last in the memories, okay, forever. They have been investigated about certain cultures, about certain aspects of different countries, and that's what they are going to keep for themselves, okay? And it took hopefully another lesson with the teacher, because we don't have time. Probably they will present it. Yeah, present it to the rest of the class, their investigations and their products. Okay. And anything else? I just say thank you from my colleagues' name and my name for giving us, especially as partners, for giving us the opportunity of being here. We're very lucky. We're the lucky ones. And thank you. We know it has been a hard job to organize all this. Okay, so thank you very much, partners, and see you next year.
There's a little bit of deja vu, because sometimes it will happen that even though the teachers don't know about each other's mind, sometimes it happens that they think of the same activity, and that's exactly happened now. So we will present something very, very similar to what you have already heard. Well, that's live, so of course we can't do anything with it. So our activity was comparing not proverbs, but something very, very similar.
Can I add something? It's the same like you come to the ball and two women have the same dress.
Yes. That's the problem that we men usually don't have, because we have the same suit all. So it's not the proverbs now, but it's the idioms, which, as you can see, is very, very similar. So we started like that. Sometimes the translation is very, very easy thing. So I started to ask them what the name is of each object that's in the classroom. And we have the version in Turkish, we have the version in English, we have a version in Czech. Then, of course, we focused on idioms, and the students were informed that sometimes, the translation gets a bit more difficult, and that's where the whole activity started. So the students were given a set of different idiomatic expressions in English and in Czech, and their very first task was to find out if they can find an idiom with a similar or the same meaning in their language. And then we try to compare them. Like, was it the same as in Czech? Was it the same? Did they use the same words? Did they use the same expressions? Like, for example, we started with unpulling your leg. So we played a mind game like this. So pulling my leg. And then we said that the Czechs never pull legs, because they see no reason why to pull somebody's leg. So we always pull noses. And then the Turkish came with the idea, okay, so now we know, because we Turkish also use for the same thing, like lying to somebody and playing tricks. We use the very same thing, we use the very same part of our body, which is the nose. Like Pinocchio, so the nose is growing bigger. And so we got through all of the idioms. We also had a presentation. So you can see the photograph, but we also have a presentation where the kids were shown some prompts, some clues that could help them. Like, for example, well, a very popular one, the very popular idiom, kick the bucket. I don't know why this particular one is so popular. So, they had to kick the bucket. The Czechs used to knock the slippers. I even had a slipper from the Villa Hotel to show them. And, well, the presentation, by the way, do you know Turkish? Not Eda, but do you know the Turkish? What is the Turkish version of this one? To die in a sort of, well, informal way. So they had a prompt. They had a prompt of the horseshoe, and well, the very moment they could see the horseshoe, they really knew the exact idiom. So we got through the idioms, and the last of the one was, well, very difficult because it was really time to end. So the very last one was call it a day, which means it's all over. In Czech. So that actually you can see the prompts, you can see the tools that help them to identify the right idiom used in their native language. But of course, well, as they were kids and as they were happy to find the right and the correct idiom, they of course shouted in Turkish. Which of course, sorry, Chester, they have the names of they have the names of different sides and different towns. So sorry, Chester, I can't understand. So you have to explain. Now you have to explain the idiom that you used to me. And again, we compared. Sometimes we formed an alliance. The Turkish formed an alliance with English. Like, for example, with an idiom to kill two birds with just one stone. It works for both languages. Whereas the Czechs have to kill two flies with just one hit. So sometimes in the first idiom, the Turkish was much closer to our language, so we formed an alliance against the English. But generally, it was a comparison of what kind of ideas the people have to make idiomatic expression.
Czech and swimming. And who finished first wins the game. And after it, to practice the words, we played, because we had just 5 minutes left, and we played Chinese whisper game, and also they love it.